the word talks about the helmet of salvation. Why is it a helmet? Because this is the battlefield right here. This place is the battlefield right here. And if we're not in the word, we will be killed by the lies. Hey guys, I'm here and I was just thinking about the past 2 weeks. God has just been 3 weeks probably. God has just been speaking about distractions to me. He's been speaking about, listen, PD, you're not giving enough of your time to me. You're not, you can't expect to get close to me if you don't allow me into your life. See, when we have relationships with people, and we're supposed to have a relationship with God as well, right? So when we have a relationship with people, why do we treat them differently than our relationship with God? See, when we have a relationship let's say we're in a romantic relationship with someone, we want to spend a lot of time with them. We spend hours and hours and hours of getting to know that person through multiple ways and different times of the day and all these things. But why are we not doing the same with our relationship with God? Why are we sacrificing our relationship with God and filling our lives with other things, and then we complain when things don't go good with us and well with us, and then we complain because God suddenly feels far away. But meanwhile, we've been busy and we've been, too busy for Him, So I want to ask you today, if you've ever been in a relationship, how much time have you spent with those people, and how much time in comparison are you spending with God? Because see, that when I thought that, it just struck me in my heart, and I was just like, whoa, this is intense. I really need to look at my relationship with God, because what I do is I go to my workplace. I'm busy in the morning. I go to my workplace. I pray. I do all those things. Get busy throughout the day, and then and then it gets night, and I watch TV for 2 hours, and then I do this and this and this, and then when it comes to my Bible study or spending time with God, what I do is I just do it for 10 minutes before I go to sleep some nights. And then after 1 hour of doing that, I'd be like, whoa, I can't do this, and I'll immediately feel I'm disconnected with God and the Spirit, and then the next day I'm like 3 hours on the Word or whatever, and then everything's back normal. But that's not good, because Jesus didn't live a life of that. He lived a life of constant relationship with God, constantly seeking God. And see, we should be on the same track. We should follow God and seek Him throughout tribulation. Even if tribulation hit the life of Yeshua, of Jesus, even when tribulation came, His life was like this. He was never shaken by tribulation. See, going like this in your life it's not a good thing. It's not normal Christianity. It's not supposed to be that way. See, Jesus, He gave us the example. He didn't just, a lot of us, we put Jesus on a pedestal, and we should, because He's our Messiah, right? But we put Him on a pedestal in terms of, we say that, oh, but it's Jesus. Like, we're probably never going to look like Him, we're not going to look like Him in terms of perfection, the perfection He walked in. But we need to strive to walk as He walked. We need to strive to imitate Christ as He was, because now He spent, there were times with the disciples where He spent a lot of time in prayer, and there were times where He went through the night and the disciples were praying with Him, and then they fell asleep, and Jesus was like, why are you falling asleep? Wake up. Is this not an issue to you? Is this not important to you? Why are you sleeping? And how many times, I want to ask you, because it's happened to me a lot, how many times have you went and you started reading the Bible, and 2 minutes and you fall asleep? And I don't know about you, but it's almost as if when I open my Bible, I get sleepy. Maybe, let me just submit to you, maybe it's the enemy that's making us sleepy. Maybe it's the enemy that doesn't want us to spend time with God. Maybe it's the enemy that wants to minimize our time with God so that He can have us. Because He can have us through the distractions of this world. The distractions of this world, TV, games, social media, internet, all these things they can be used for good, of course, but they are absolute instruments of the enemy that he uses to distract us from Yeshua, from God, from our relationship with Him. Guys, we can't sacrifice our relationship with God and spend on all these worthless things our time, and then when the time comes when we need to prophesy or tell people what's going on, then we're full of those things, and all that's going to come out is those things, because what you spend your time with, you spend your time listening to bad music, if you spend your time looking at bad programs on TV, because that's almost all there is now. If you spend your time on that, guess what's it's gonna come in, go in here, and it's gonna come out right of here. And the more time you spend in truth, the more time you spend in the Word of God, the more it's gonna come in here and go out of here. And even it's gonna come in here and it's gonna repel the lies of the enemy. See, the Word talks about the helmet of salvation. Why is it a helmet? Because this is the battlefield right here. This place is the battlefield right here. And if we're not in the Word, we will be killed by the lies. We will not be able to discern between what is good and what is evil. If you go on what you feel, you're in big trouble. Because a man does what seems right to a man, and that path leads to destruction. Right? So we can't go on what we feel. We need to go on what the Word says. Right? If the Word says one thing, but we won't be able to discern and listen to a preacher or pastor and know that he's speaking truth or lie if if we're not in the Word every single day. And friends, I want to ask you, are you in the Word for 10 minutes every day? Because it's not enough. Are you in the Word? How long are you in the Word every day? How much time do you spend on your face, on your knees, praying and asking God and to help you give you discernment? How much time? Because it is important. We've watered down Christianity so much, and well, not for all of us, of course, but a lot of us, and we need to go back to the way the first disciples lived. We need to get back to that walk. And they fasted and they prayed every day for at least an hour, at least. I think Timothy said, and I fast twice a week. That was how we fasted, right? I'm going to speak about fasting in the next video blog, but guys, I want to submit to you, give it to Him. Give your time to Him. Give your time to Him. Don't only give your time to Him when the storm is here, when things are going bad, when you're looking up because you've fallen into a pit. Give your time to Him now so you can be ready when that thing comes. So you can smile at that thing when it comes and know that your God is bigger. How will you know your God is bigger if you don't know your God, if you don't spend time with your God, if you don't walk as He walked, if you don't follow His commandments? Alright, so awesome guys, I hope this blesses you. Let's all just work together and get closer to Him, and don't let holidays or those things distract you from God. Don't let anything distract you from Him, because the enemy is trying to distract us from Him. And if we allow Him to come in and distract us, we're going to be in big trouble. Let's give our time to the Lord, and He will, I promise you, He will exalt you, He will bless you, He will keep you, and He will shine you. He will use you as a light to shine to people around you. But if you're not filled with truth, it's impossible for that to happen. May God bless you. I hope this means something to you. Subscribe to this channel. Have an amazing day.